Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Clarity Tarot and Astrology. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys are all doing very well and are excited for the new moon in Cancer. Tonight, we are doing new moon readings. So, if you are a member of my channel and you haven't yet gotten your free monthly reading, then we can do that here on the stream. If you have already gotten your readings for the month, you also can get a free oracle card if you would like. I'd be happy to pull one for you. If you'd like to become a member of my channel, not only do you get free random readings throughout the month, you get an in depth reading every month, you also get access to all of my behind the scenes content. I do a lot of content behind the scenes where I go in depth and give information for all the 12 signs. So it's a lot of value that you get. So check that membership out. I will put a link in the chat and in the description box. I'll also put a link to my new moon in Cancer video that I just put out today with predictions for all 12 signs. So lots of good stuff available here on the channel. Okay. If you're not interested in becoming a member, then you can pay for a reading. And I do have a price list in the description box. You can check that out. Donate for the reading that you would like. And for those watching in the recorded version or those who are just private, I do also offer private readings as well. And my link will be in the description. Okay. So I'll be hanging out here for a little bit. Just let me know if you would like a reading or if you have any questions. Hello, Rhoda. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Awesome. You said, I've been so emotional lately. You also said, I was introduced to Bren Brown on vulnerability and shame, and wow, had it opened up some things for me. Oh my God, tell me more. I want to know more about what's coming up for you. She's on TED Talks, and just a lot of the past is coming to the surface. Yes. Yes. You are, oh my gosh, you are on a journey for sure with the transits that you're having and um situations involving things I've done in the past. Yes, you are on a journey in terms of your past with not only Neptune going through your 12th house, but also Saturn going through the 12th house. It's serious stuff because, Saturn wants you to have a breakdown because he wants you to have a breakthrough. And the only way through is to face the past because it's the past that holds us back. It's the chains of the past that hold us back. It's you know, what it is, it's the lessons that we didn't learn at the time or the things we didn't realize at the time. It's coming back up again. So that way you can finally work through it. But this time you get to let it go. This time you get to heal from it. And this time you get to move on. So this is the journey that you're on for the next 3 years. And then on top of that, you have Neptune there, which is making you very sensitive. It makes you very intuitive. It makes you very like open to the outer realms and the other side. And um you said you're having dreams. Yes, the 12th house is the house of dreams. And you can have very, very intense, lucid dreams where you wake up and you're like, what the hell? But also, you can have dreams that you wake up and you're like, okay, wow, I feel better. I don't know why, but I just feel better. And yeah, so just prepare for this. Like it's intense. Like sometimes you might not even want to go to sleep because like you're going to have some crazy experiences. Yes. But listen, your north node is there. So this is a good thing for you. And Camille says, are you still doing oracle pulls? Yes, love, I'm doing oracle pulls. Um so this is a good thing for you. Now, with the Cancer energy, this can make you emotional, okay? Yes, let me add you to the list. Astrology, you are on the monthly tarot. If you want to do astrology, you can either upgrade or just donate. Whatever makes more sense for you and whatever's easier. So, okay. Okay. Let me take this message off really quick so we can see the chart. Yeah, love, just donate or you can upgrade. Whatever you feel is easier for you. So, yes, Rhoda. Oh, you want to do solar return? Okay, yeah, you can do solar return. You can donate for solar return. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Um, you said, "Oh my God, bawling like a baby, and it makes me feel weak." So Bren Brown's videos came at the right time. Yes, yes. Get those tears out, girl, because what you're crying out is pain. You're crying the pain out of your body. Crying is so healing and so therapeutic. And with the Cancer energy, you're going to be crying a lot, okay? And this is a release of emotion. So cry as much as you can. Um because that's how you're going to get rid of the pain in your spirit, the trauma, the shame, the vulnerability. It has to physically come out of your body. It has to physically come out of your body, and you probably also will lose weight as well. If you're holding on to any weight that comes from the past, it also will start coming off too. The more that you do this work and the more you do this healing. Camille, thank you so much. I got your donation, babe. So, it's funny that you're saying that these videos came up for you because with the new moon in your third house, this is you learning something new. And with Cancer, this is something that is, close to your heart or something that's very emotional. So that makes perfect sense. You said, "I don't like it." I know, it's uncomfortable, but I do have stomach weight I need to lose. You will be surprised that it has nothing to do with your calories. It has nothing to do with, exercising. Sometimes we carry weight that comes from emotions. That's why people, oh, they have this stubborn fat they can't lose. They do all this stuff, they can't lose the weight because it's not food weight. It's emotional weight, it's spiritual weight, and the only way to lose that type of weight is to heal. So you'll be surprised. Not only will you cry, you'll lose weight. It's the craziest thing, but it all comes from the inside. Thank you, Camille. So that's the journey that you're on, and that's why you feel so emotional. That's why you feel so yes, this is why you feel so emotional. And Cancer is the most emotional sign. So it's just heightened right now because Jupiter is conjunct this new moon. And Jupiter for you rules your eighth house of death, rebirth, and transformation, the house of fears, the house of secrets, the house of vulnerability. So it's kind of like a super, moon in a sense where it's really pulling on your deep, deep, deep emotions because where we carry emotions is the fourth, the eighth, and the 12th house. So two of those houses are activated. and activated very strongly. So this is going to be a very emotional month for you. Okay. Especially this week. This lunar week will be very emotional. But the purpose of this is learning, is growing, and healing. That's it. It's about learning and growing and healing. So just embrace the journey. Just embrace it, because if you fight it, it's not going to go very well. It's not going to go very well if you fight it. So just embrace it. Just go with it. Okay. Um, this moon, I know. It's happening at 4 degrees. And look at this. So the new moon was happening at 4 degrees. Look at where your natal moon is. 4 degrees of Capricorn. So this moon is opposing your moon. And your moon in Capricorn likes to be strong. Your moon in Capricorn likes to keep things tight, keep things together, keep it moving. No crying. There's no time for that. We have things to do. So this new moon is really challenging you, and that's why you're saying, "Oh, I don't like being like this," because this is not your nature. This is the exact opposite of your nature. However, the problem with the moon in Capricorn is that it doesn't feel emotions. It doesn't feel emotions fully. It doesn't feel emotions deeply. And that also is kind of a handicap, because that's that's what life is about. Life is about experiencing it through our emotions. And so, this is a new experience for you, but it's also opening you up to another range of emotions that you don't regularly feel. But it's a good thing. It's expanding you, right? Because that's what Jupiter in your third house wants to do. It wants to expand you, it wants to open you up to new things. And so for you, it's opening you up to, yes, you said there's no control over your emotions. Imagine being a Cancer. This is how Cancer people feel 24/7. 24/7. So, yes, this is so strange for you, because your moon is ruled by Saturn. And Saturn is the tough guy. Saturn is the taskmaster, the disciplinarian that takes 29 years to go around the entire zodiac, whereas the moon goes around the entire zodiac in 28 days. So when we're dealing with the moon, we're talking about fast moving, intense, rapidly changing emotions. So this is especially difficult for you, because you're like, what the hell is this? But the good thing about that is you can get through these emotions quicker. You this month might be really intense, but it may almost kind of be like a boot camp for you, like rather than going through this painful healing journey in 3 years, maybe you do 3 years worth of work in 1 month. And yeah, the month kicks your butt, but it also helps you to speed up your journey. So it really can be a blessing in disguise. So lean into it, lean into it. It's painful, but at the end of the day, Saturn rewards you, for doing hard work. And so the more that you lean in, the easier it's actually going to be. So that's really the only thing. That's the main thing. It's also opposing, well, really truthfully, it's opposing your whole Capricorn stellium. It's opposing your Mercury, it's opposing your Neptune, it's opposing your Sun. Like, this full moon is really kicking your butt. And it's kicking your butt spiritually, like spiritually and mentally. It's opening you up to a whole new world of self-development and self-help, and that whole genre, which is a huge genre, right? With so many different subtopics in it. And again, it's not something that you have to master and figure out this month, but you're going to find your little niche in the self-development world, and you're going to go through and you're going to be reading books and watching videos and doing courses and listening to podcasts and being like, "Oh my god. Like, how did I not know that this information was out there? How did I not know how to cope with this?" It's going to be like mind blown. But you're going to learn all these new things and learn all these new techniques, and you're going to be coming up with all these new perspectives, and you're going to be able to put things together from your past and be like, wow, that's why I thought that. That's why I did that. I missed that red flag, and it's going to be like shocker after shocker after shocker. But this is like the best part of the journey, because the journey is always better than the destination. Like, of course, it's incredible to be healed, right? It's great to be healed of something. But when you're in the trenches and you're like learning new things all the time and everything's so new, it's such a great time. So, as hard as it is, like, just enjoy the journey. Just soak up everything that you can. And yeah, you're going to become a little bookworm, but it's so good. He said, "That's exactly how I feel. My boss literally has all her books, and I was talking to her this morning. I'm starting a book one tonight." Yay! Exciting. Yeah, so this is, it's challenging you, because as a Capricorn stellium ninth house, you can be really stubborn and really like in your ways. And with the transits that you're having now, it's opening you up. And it's like, whoa, I thought I knew, or I thought, I was far along on my journey, or I thought I had this figured out or handled. And you're gonna realize, oh my God, like, I've opened a whole new, you know, pathway, and this is what you're going to be doing for the next, it's going to be the most intense, I would say, probably the next 1 year, but you're going to be doing work even into the next 3 years, and then, really doing more work for the next 15 years of your life. So it's a long, long, long journey, but this month just feels so emotional and so intense because of that Cancer influence and because of the square um the moon is making to Saturn. And also this moon it's trining your Pluto, which is nice but can also be intense as well. You said, "I don't want to go back to where I was. This hurts right now, but I want better for myself, and I want to do different than just hiding and running from life." Yes, you're on the right path. Like, you've been on the right path, right? But there's levels to the path, but the fact that you have been seeking and you've been improving your life and you've been, bettering your life, like you've already started the journey, right? And the hard part is just starting. Now you're getting to the part of the journey where you're realizing, "Oh, wow, I've come far, but I've still got a long way to go." And that's the point where you're at right now where it's like, "Okay, wow, like I'm proud of myself, but I still have more to go." And the more you are on this spiritual journey, the more you realize you don't know. And the more you realize you need to get over, and the more you realize you need to heal. And as long as you stay on the path, you will be fine. You will be fine. And you just take it at your own pace and, take the time to really heal and heal once and for all, rather than just doing a little bit, just, go deep and just heal it all. And then that's when you can really be free and, move forward. So, be proud of yourself because most people are living in denial. Most people are thinking that they've got it together, thinking, that they have it figured out. And the most healed people understand that nobody has it all figured out and no one's perfect. We're all just on our journeys. And so, like, this is, you're exactly where you need to be. So, be happy, be proud, but also, put in that work. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. You awakened. You're awake now. And that's what it's all about. It's all about awakening. Awakening to the truth and then living in that truth and just taking every day to get better. And it's a lifelong journey. You have great milestones along the way, but you're on that journey till your last breath. So, as long as you're committed to the journey and as long as you're committed to bettering yourself, that's all you have to do, You just take the lessons as they come, you know? Roll with the punches. That's all you do, and you just get through. You're doing very, very good. You're doing very, very good. You should be proud. You're very, very welcome. So, yeah, I mean, in terms of the new moon, it's a new beginning to your mindset. And with Jupiter ruling your 8th house, it has all to do with your transformation and you getting better for your future. So that's what this month is about for you. And you just take the lessons as they come. Spirit's going to throw things at you. Spirit's going to show you things. Spirit's going to make you remember things. And you just work through those things as they pop up. You are very, very welcome. Good luck. Alrighty, so Miss Camille, let's pull up your solar return. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Oh, Camille, I can't find your chart. Can you send me your birth details again? I don't know what's going on here. You said feeling good, definitely like I'm in a new cycle. Yay. Okay, weird. I don't know why that happened. Thank you. Okay, 9, 50, and Queens. Hope you're staying cool up there. Ooh, this is a fun year. Okay. All right, give me one. I know, I see you guys are getting some crazy weather. Give me 1 second. Okay, so here is your solar return chart for the year. And you will see that in your chart this year, you are a Leo rising. So that's a very different energy than your natal chart, which you're a Capricorn rising. And Leo and Capricorn are completely different energies. I always say that Leo is the king and Capricorn is the kingdom. So this year, you are much more in tune with yourself and kind of being the center of attention this year, as opposed to being worried about the big picture or being worried about like other people or being worried about like how everything is working. It's like, yes, you understand that people are going through things and, things are going on, but you're like, okay, but how does this affect me? What does this mean for me? Like it's just a year where you're a bit more self focused, which I think can be good for people who tend to be less self focused. Like it's good from time to time to like kind of big yourself up a little bit. So that's one thing I really like about this chart. Now, to look at what's the big theme of this year, we look at where is the sun in the chart, because it's a solar return chart, yes, but also because the sun rules Leo. So the sun is in the 11th house this year. So this is a year about charging forward on your future, making your dreams happen, making your goals happen, being around the right people, getting in the right circles, and getting the rewards of past hard work. So it's a nice year. It's a really, really nice year for you. And you also have Jupiter that is conjunct the sun. So Jupiter is like expanding this energy. And a lot of the work that you're doing and the work that you've been doing really is going to pay off. It's going to pay off. And I kind of like that Jupiter is in the 12th house here because it feels like it's a culmination. It's like you've kind of been through a lot for a long time. And it's like, okay, you can start to put the past in the past. Like you can start to heal from all of that. And you do have Mercury that's in the 12th house as well. So as you figure out your future and as you move towards the future, it's going to help you to heal the past. And I kind of feel like this is almost like a transition year for you where you're going to have one foot in the past and one foot in the future. You're going to be more in the future, and the past energy will be more about healing and letting go. It's like, you make these new friends and you're like, oh, this is why I had to part ways with those old friends. It's like they're still on your radar. It's still fresh, so that you think about it, but you're also introducing new, which is really, really nice. So beautiful. Now let's talk about the moon. The moon in this chart is in the sign of Aries. So again, also kind of a self-focused energy. And you're just really feeling yourself this year. Like you're just really feeling yourself this year, and you're doing things the way that you want to do it. It's like you're figuring out your truth and what feels good to you and what makes sense to you, and you're just going with it. Whereas maybe in the past, you would be more like, oh, I don't know. Like, what are people going to think about this? Like, Are they going to be okay with that? Like now you're going to be more like, nope, this feels right to me. Yep, I'm going to do this. And you're not even going to think twice about it. So you have a little bit less inhibition this year, and you have the ability to just go for things because it feels good to you. Venus this year is in your 10th house, and it's in its sign of exaltation. It's in its home. It's where it loves to be. Venus loves to be in the sign of Taurus. And this is really, really nice. So when it comes to your career, your public reputation, your status, you're looking really good this year. I feel like you want to be seen and people see you and they're like, "Oh, oh, who's that? Who's that?" Because you're feeling good, you're looking good. Not necessarily that like you look any different, but it's just the vibe and the energy and the aura that you're giving off that I feel is making you very attractive. And this could also lead to new opportunities when it comes to your career. So, this also could be a good time to push forward with something that you want to do because you also have Uranus in the 10th house as well, which could bring liberation to your career and big, massive change. So, this can see you completely changing jobs, completely changing industries, even. Uranus brings very sudden, shocking, unexpected change. But you have the ability, I feel, to put yourself in a better position. And a lot of it is just coming down to confidence. You feel good, you look good, people like you, people want to work with you, they want to be around you. You put yourself in a better position. You put yourself somewhere where you don't have to work as hard. You could work smarter and not harder. Taurus likes to work smart, not hard. And so this could be really, really great in terms of leveling up. You do have the North Node in the eighth house. And so you're doing a lot of deep work, a lot of transformation. And this is on a psychological level. Your psyche is changing. And I think it's changing because you're having a different experience this year. Like I said, Leo rising is so different than Capricorn rising. And it's just like, wow, it's like you're in somebody else's body almost. And because of this, you're having a whole different experience. It's like Freaky Friday. It's like a Freaky Friday situation. It's like, oh, wow, this is what it's like to be in this situation. Wow. So this is very, very nice. And with the South Node in your second house, what you value is going to change. You maybe were valuing certain things and now you're realizing, those are not that important to me anymore. I value this. I want this. And again, that lends to you making changes. You also have have Mars in your second house. And so this can see you making more money. This could see you spending more money. But if you're spending money with Mars ruling your ninth house and your fourth house, you're probably spending money on travel, um, or spending money. You might be moving, spending more money on like upgrading your place of living. Um, the kind of downside about Leo is like you want more. You want more like extravagant things. So you might, want to fly first class, or you might want to get that, luxury apartment this year. But again, even if you're spending more money, it can pay off because being in better environments puts you around better people. It makes you feel better about yourself. You feel more confident about yourself, and this can have ripple effects throughout your life. Now, speaking of relationships this year, you have Pluto in the seventh house. So, this can bring a very intense relationship into your life. Someone that's very unique, someone who's very different, maybe someone you've never, a type of person you've never dated before, someone that you've never been attracted to before, but suddenly you find this type of person attractive. You do have Pluto trine Uranus, so this can bring really unusual and unexpected people into your life. Um, really on all fronts, not just romantic, but just in general. But these are people who are different, people who think differently, people who act differently, people who are not doing normal things. They're living different types of lifestyles, they're living alternative types of lifestyles. They um are just very intense people. You'll be drawn to these type of people, and these type of people will be drawn to you. So yes, just look out for this, be aware of this, um, because it's going to be a very new experience for you. You've got Saturn in the ninth house as well as Neptune in the ninth house. So it's about your beliefs. You're really having to change your beliefs this year. And like this starts now. This is starting right now. You're This already started like uh 6 days ago. The energy I'm talking about has started. The relationship right now. This is already open to you. Already open to you right now. Um you have Saturn and Neptune in the ninth. So your beliefs, the way you think the world works, the way you operate in the world is going to completely change this year. And this could be because of the people that you're meeting. You could be meeting people and you're like, "Oh, what do you do for work?" And they're like, "Oh, I sell baskets and I make $1 million a year." And you're like, "Oh, wow. How do you do that?" You meet these really weird people, but they're living these cool alternative lifestyles, and it opens you up to go, "Oh, okay, wow, like people out here are doing things. People out here are making big money. People out here are living life differently. They're not working and going to a job, but they're living the life." You're going to be exposed to different type of people, and it's just going to blow your mind like, wow, if this person can do it, then I can do it. And once you make that mental switch, everything is going to change for you, and you're just going to see things completely differently. So, yes, this is a good year for you to travel, go to different neighborhoods, go to different locations, be open to talking to different alternative people. Like, don't judge a book by its cover, learn from people, because this can change the path that you are setting for yourself. Like, you maybe have been thinking too small. And in your birth chart, you have Pluto in your 11th house. So, this natal placement that you have shows that you can have a very, powerful lifestyle, but maybe you just don't know anyone that's doing anything like that, or you're not around those type of people. Alternative in the sense of they don't follow the status quo. They don't work at a job. They don't, do what everyone else is doing. They don't, follow the normal path in life. Like, oh, okay, go to school, get married, have kids. People who are living alternative lifestyles, people who, have their own businesses, people who travel, people who, um, are always kind of on the move, people who maybe don't want to have kids, things like this, people that are just living life on a different wavelength. Yes, so this is very available for you this year. And like I said, in your natal chart, like you have a position of like power. You are someone that can really be in charge of your own life and be in charge of your own destiny and do things in a different way. It's just requiring you to, be completely different and to be unique. And you also have that in your natal chart as well. You have Pluto in your second house of finances. So, this is making money in a weird, alternative, unconventional type of way. And so this year you might meet people like this and realize like, oh my God, like I'm playing myself. I could be doing so much more. And this changes your future trajectory forever. So, yes, this is a very good year to get out of your comfort zone and do new things. In terms of dating, you have Sagittarius on the fifth house, ruler is in the 12th house. So, you could be meeting people and kind of keeping things more low key or keeping things more behind the scenes in terms of dating. Um, like, they just come over to your house or you go over to their house or, you're not really like introducing each other to like your families or anything like that. It's more fun, it's more free, it's more lighthearted with Sagittarius, going with the flow, seeing where things take you. And same thing with um Aquarius on the seventh house. Aquarius on the seventh house, like I said, brings very unconventional partners, brings very different type of people doing things unconventionally, and the ruler of the seventh house is in the ninth house. So again, you can meet someone when you're traveling, you can meet someone when you're like mm, at a religious place or when you're at like a school. These are places where you can meet people, but I would definitely recommend traveling. I would try to go to places where people with alternative mindsets hang out, like go to Bali, go to Thailand, go to Sedona, go to Costa Rica, Medellin. Uh, these are places where Westerners go to live a different type of lifestyle, a more lifestyle with more balance, more fun, more excitement, and people are more free and more open and open-minded. This could be a good place for you to not only find like a relationship partner, but also to find just cool people to expand your network. Um, that's another way that you can interpret Jupiter being in the 12th is dating abroad, dating someone that's foreign, dating someone that's from a different country. That's another way that this could play out. Hi, Gorgie. Yes, I will add you to the list. You said, I hope I find my forever person. If you are to find this person this year, it's going to be because you're doing something different. You're somewhere that you've never been before. You're out of your comfort zone. You're doing something that you wouldn't normally do. That's how I think you'll find partners this year. If you just kind of keep, doing the same thing and just going to the same places, I don't think you'll come across this person. This year, it's going to be something you've never done before, type of person you've never been with before. They might not even speak the same language as you, someone very, very, very different. So get out of your comfort zone. Let's see what your numerology year is this year. You're in an 8 year. So you're in a power year. Wow. So this is a really, really good year for you. This is a year to be in your power. That's why you have this Leo ascendant, because you need to be in your power. You need to, show up authentically, be proud of yourself, be confident in yourself, present yourself to people, meet people. Hey, this is who I am. What are you about? This is what I'm about. Like, how can we help each other? How can we be friends? How can we, partner together? Get to know other people. That could be huge for you. That can open you up to, like I said, a whole new world. And you're expanding your mind this year with all this ninth house energy. You're expanding your mind. You're going beyond your comfort zone, going beyond, your culture and what you know and what you've always been taught. And you're also at the same time letting go and healing from the past. I feel like because you're seeing a new way, you're seeing a new path, you're seeing an alternative route. And it's like, oh wow, I could do it this way and that would be so much easier. So like I said, get get out to go somewhere far away. Try Bali, try Thailand, try Vietnam, try Portugal, try Costa Rica, try Medellin. If you want to stay in the States, go to Sedona. You know, go where people are more open-minded, more free, you know, not following the status quo, not a part of the system, like these types of places where these type of people tend to congregate. It will change your life. And you'll probably meet someone there too. Mhm, mhm. Enjoy it. Enjoy this year. It's your 8 year, it's a power year, it's a year to it's your 8 year is like your last push. You have all of this energy and all of this fire after your 7 year last year. Your 7 year was all about spirituality and going within and being withdrawn and healing and letting go. This year, you can come out of all that. You can put all that behind you. You can take what you learned and go out into the world and now present yourself as the strongest, most powerful version of yourself. And the first time I traveled abroad was during an 8 year, and oh my God, that was crazy. It was amazing. I met the most incredible human beings ever, and I came back a completely different person. And that's why I started this channel. That was the year I started this channel because it just blew my mind open to what was possible for me when I saw all of these people who were not smarter than me, who came from all these places, who were living this my dream lifestyle. And I realized, okay, there's another way, there's another path, and I'm kind of doing it the hard way right now, and I could do it the smart way instead. And that completely changed my path as well. So if you're in the position to do so, I would highly recommend to get out there and meet people and connect with people who are different than you, who are living a different lifestyle than you. And yeah, just do it. Just do it. You're welcome. Have fun. Yes. Yes. What message do you want Camille to hear right now? What do you want Camille to know for the new moon? Oh, okay. Your card fell out on the floor, but I can't see it. Where'd it go? Oh, here we go. It's hiding from me. 3 cards actually wanted to come out for you. So the first card is be proud of yourself, okay? Be proud of yourself. Now, from the perspective of your solar return, Cancer is your 12th house. So another tip that I would give you is now that you know that your solar return is Leo, when you listen to astrology forecast, listen to it from the perspective of Leo this year. And that will give you another bit of insight of what's going on. And so, from the perspective of your solar return, Cancer is your 12th house. So, this is a month of letting go, but it's not letting go in the sense of like, oh, you're struggling and you need to work through stuff to let it go. It's more of like, look, you've gone the hard yards, you've done the hard work. You can let that go now. You can move on from all of that now and step into your future. So I feel like you should be proud of yourself, even though this month you might be, letting go of some things and lightening your load. Don't think of it as like you're losing anything. Think of it more as like, okay, I've passed that chapter, or I finished that class and I don't need to take that class again anymore. Yeah, the second card is take a breather. This is actually a Cancer card. So you don't have to do as much anymore. I know how intense the 7 year feels that you were in last year. It's a very, very, deep year and a spiritually intensive year, and now you can take a break, just take a month off, at the very least, just take a month off from all of that and just take a second to live. And the last card that comes out for you is practice gratitude, and this is a Sagittarius card. So now you can move forward on your spiritual journey in the sense of like adventure, adventure now. And an incredible way to, accelerate your journey is to travel, because it takes you out of your comfort zone and you're in the present moment, and every single moment you have to kind of have faith, you have to have faith that everything's going to work out, and it's an extremely spiritual experience. And doing something like that could really propel you forward, because just in your normal everyday life, the law of familiarity sits in, right? Like, yes, you're grateful for what you have, but because you have it every single day, it's like, okay, yeah, I'm grateful, da da da. But when you are out of your environment and you don't have your creature comforts, and you don't know what's going to happen the next day, and you're, having to rely more on the universe and God, then you become really, really thankful, and you come home with a brand new experience. So that could be really, really powerful for you this year. Um, Especially because you also do have the moon conjunct Chiron. It can help you to break through some of those insecurities, or break past some of those wounds, and, to really confront them, but confront them in a way that's like, okay, I see you, I understand that you're there, but I don't need to continue to express you, or I don't need to continue to pull pain from you anymore. Um, so yeah, get out there, adventure. Just even if it's just, like I said, just go to a new neighborhood, take a different commute to work, just do something different. Just get out of your normal, and just, switch it up, because you could meet some really great people this year by doing that. Okay. So that's what I have for you. I'm very excited for this year, and good luck, and hopefully happy travels. You are welcome. Alrighty, so next up we have Gorgie. Nope. Nope. Didn't miss anything. Yeah. Alrighty. So most important messages for Gorgie, please. What do you want her to know for the new moon? Okay, so I just had honor your feelings come out. What do you want her to know for the new moon? We also have see the bigger picture. And detoxify. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure you were here for your reading, just in case you had questions or anything like that. So your cards are honor your feelings, see the bigger picture, and detoxify. Bottom of the deck is cool your emotions. Okay, so with this lunar month, it definitely can be very emotional because number one, it's Cancer, but number two, um, the moon is conjunct Jupiter, and that can heighten emotions, that can make you more sensitive, you can be more reactionary, more moody, or have more fluctuations. So do honor your feelings, right? Like pay attention to your feelings because they are leading you, they're giving you clues, or they're telling you like, oh hey, like this might be bad, or I don't quite like that, or there's something off there. But don't go like full don't take those feelings super seriously at the same time, right? You also have to bring your logical mind in and think as well. So like anything that comes up this month, pay attention to it, but don't take it super seriously, because you could end up making a decision that you could regret later, or that is not really factual or based in any type of logic. So don't let your feelings kind of trick you into doing something. Um, because the second card is see the bigger picture, right? There might be something that like in the moment it feels so intense, or it feels so like, oh my God, this is terrible or whatever. Or even on the other side of that, maybe it seems great, but look at the bigger picture of things, like see beyond this month, see beyond this time, and don't make permanent decisions on temporary emotions. That's the big message there. Then we have detoxify. So there could be something that you're needing to release from your life this month. Let me try to get a clarifier on that and why. Is this meant in a negative way, or can it mean I'm wearing rose-colored glasses? I don't really feel like it's that. It feels more like there might be a situation that pops up this month that feels important or feels urgent, but maybe it's not of as big of a deal, or not as urgent as it seems in the moment. And when you have time to cool off and you can be more logical, you might be like, oh, okay, well, maybe I was overreacting there, or maybe I was jumping the gun on that and being like too sensitive or something. And that could be, if something like that does happen, then that could be a sign of, okay, that's something that I'm sensitive about, or that's something that maybe I need to work on, as opposed to like just scrapping the whole thing, or like, being like, I'm out, I'm not doing this anymore. Like maybe whatever the situation is and what it triggers, the emotions it brings up, is just leading you to something deeper that needs to be healed instead. So like, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater this month. Yeah, so it can be heightened this month if that's how you normally are. Okay, so clarify and detoxify. I have the fourth house. So it could be a good time to get rid of things in your home, to like clear the space in your home, or maybe do like feng shui, make sure that the energy is flowing. There might be like energy there that's negatively affecting you or that you don't even know it. It could be um, just happening. Once you kind of know feng shui, it's like, oh, okay, like that's interesting. I could do those things and, maybe it can help me. So that could be something to do this month, like a fun little project. Um, Good time to, if you didn't do your spring cleaning, do a little bit more cleaning, open the windows, just let some new, fresh energy in to your home. That can also, be very therapeutic as well. So, or, rather than it being like the physical home, this also can be referring to um, like family stuff or family trauma or generational patterns that need to be observed at this time. It could be, deeper than just that. So that could be something to also look at as well. With cancer, it always brings up family stuff too. So if there's anything that you're holding on to from your family or patterns that you maybe seem to repeat that have happened in the past, that could be another thing to look at and detoxify this month. So that is what I have for you. You said, okay, that's cool. I like it. I can definitely do more spring cleaning. Yes. There's always more cleaning to do, right? Thank you. Have a good month. Thank you.